Okay, so we're going to talk about gravy right now. This is a staple at any holiday dinner. This is a staple at most meals. And Sam, I was shocked to read that 58% of people in the United States buy canned or jarred gravy.
Yeah.
That's, let me just tell you, gravy is so easy to make. There are literally 3 components to it. We're going to teach you a gravy recipe today that will work with any kind of stock. So if you're doing beef, chicken, pork, ham, it's all the same ratios. And you know, one thing I always wonder, what are they putting in that gravy in a jar to make it last on a shelf for 2 years?
Yeah, and the answer to that is a lot more salt and sodium. So that's why I like it being homemade, because you can control how much salt you put in it.
Sure. And if it's not salt, they're probably putting some chemical additives that are not healthy for you either.
Correct.
All right, so we're going to start off. I want to get your pot hot. You want to go to medium heat. If you have a number dial system on your range, you want to go to about a 5 to 6, right around that area. And this is real simple. We're going to start off with a roux. 3/4 cups butter and 3/4 cups flour. Okay. We're going to melt that butter down. So when we were talking about sodium, Sam, a couple ways that you can decrease is to use unsalted butter instead of salted butter, as well as low sodium stocks.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about salt and why we need to not chug it.
So the American guidelines actually recommends consuming less than 2,300 milligrams of salt a day. And just to kind of put that in perspective, 2,300 milligrams of salt is a teaspoon of salt. So oftentimes many people eat that much in just one serving of one food a day. So to try to limit that in the whole day can be challenging. So by doing something like this and making it your own, that will probably have about 63 milligrams of sodium per serving versus a store-bought, which is over 200 and
Yeah.
a fourth a cup.
That's
So,
not a lot of salt, 1 teaspoon.
No. not
And
at all.
considering most things that we eat are breads, I mean, everything has salt in it. Most things have salt in it.
Right. It's not just the table salt that we're talking about. It's already in a lot of foods.
So when your butter is melted, and we're almost there right now, we're gonna add our flour in, okay? We're gonna stir this together with our whisk, and we are going to make a little paste. It's gonna look a little like paste. You wanna stir it briskly. We don't wanna get any lumps. If you have lumps in your roux, you're gonna have lumps in your gravy. So we're gonna cook that down for about 30 seconds. I know a lot of people make gravies different ways. Some people use a milk roux where they use milk and flour. Some people use cornstarch and water, especially those that have celiac disease or sticking away from glutens. But a basic roux with butter and flour is absolutely the best way to make gravy. The butter is going to give it a nice sheen color to it, full of flavor. So I'm a roux guy. All right, so we have our roux. We cooked that down for about 30 seconds. We're going to add our stock. And we're gonna add 5 cups. Now once you add this in, I want you to whisk like your life depended on it. The first couple seconds, it's gonna stay a little bit on the watery side, and as the butter hits the glutens, it's gonna excite the glutens and it's gonna make them expand. That's when your gravy's gonna thicken up on you. But that was real simple. Butter, flour, stock. Once again, this will go to absolutely any meat, any gravy you want to make. Follow the same recipe, equal parts butter, flour, and your stock. So when this comes to a boil, you're going to see this thicken up, and it's ready to serve. It's that simple. Now, we'll put a little salt and pepper pinch in here. Depending if you're taking your stock right out of the turkey roaster, if it's Thanksgiving or Christmas and you roasted a turkey, you're not going to need to add much in here. And one thing I like to do is always taste my stock first, make sure that's full flavor before you even get to this step, and then you don't even have to second guess about adding. So that is thickening up real nice for us. Once you add your stock, you're going to want to cook this about a total of about a minute to a minute and a half. Turn it up to high heat once you have the stock in there. We melted the butter and made the roux at about a medium-high heat. Once you add your stock in, turn that up to high, and you'll see it tighten up on the edge of the pots first, and that's why we just want to keep whisking. She's done. And you have gravy for your holiday meal. Enjoy.